Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Monday, August 22nd. And the headlines for the day, we're going to see lots of sunshine today and Tuesday with highs in the 70s today, getting into the low 80s on Tuesday. Our next good chance of rain will come on Wednesday, especially during the noon hour on towards the evening hours. And I think we could see a pretty good soaking rain across the area. Still a few more model runs to nail down some of those totals. But right now it looks like a good 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch across much of the area, with some areas possibly over an inch, and maybe even a bit more than that. And we'll know a little bit more, I think, as we get into tomorrow. If we look at the normals for the day, our normal high is 79, the normal low is 55. And a year ago, we had a high of 78, a low of 57 with no precipitation and a peak wind gust of 16 miles per hour. And on that day, the winds were dominant from the southeast. If we look at the conditions around the area yesterday, you can see highs are much cooler, only in the 70s in most areas, low 70s, and in Breckenridge we only hit 69 degrees with lots of clouds and light rain about the area, and overnight lows in the upper 50s in a couple spots late last night. If we look at the conditions around the area this morning, you see temperatures mainly in the 50s, and again, we'll have a pretty chilly day out there compared to what we have been, but still it'll be very comfortable with temperatures in the 70s. And then you can see our Clarksville station that will be going in hopefully on Thursday. I expect it to arrive tomorrow, and then we'll go out there on Thursday and get that all set up. And hopefully we'll be getting data across by Friday. If we look at the soil conditions, again, very wet at all locations. And the soil moisture, again, percentage compared to normal, you can see July and August has been pretty wet across the area. Now we've had embedded pretty dry pockets in there as well, so a little bit misleading, but overall certainly a tale of two summers as it looks right now. If we look at the growing degree days, in great shape at all the four locations here in Blissfield, again, well ahead of last year and some of the other key years that we compare to, as well as Breckenridge. You can see the two areas we point out. In 45 days, including the month of June, we only had 43/100ths of an inch for the entire month. And then the first 11 days of August were very hot and dry with 390-degree days. And again, it was very warm stretch with no precipitation. But since then, we've certainly made up for it with plenty of moisture. You can see Brown City also way ahead of last year. And all these are, despite it being about 2 to 2.5 weeks later than last year as far as the 50% plant data on corn. And if we look at Newaygo, also in great shape there as well. If we look at the satellite view this morning, you can see just a few clouds across the Great Lakes. They'll dissipate. It looks like there was a shower, a thunder shower around the Manistee to Cadillac area this morning, and that'll weaken. You can see that on radar. Hopefully, as we can get that into motion, you can see it came on shore just off to the northwest around Manistee and Frankfort area, and then sinks and weakens. And again, I think we'll see plenty of sunshine for today and tomorrow. On the weather map this morning, you can see high pressure system across the Ohio Valley, and that's brought us the cool overnight lows, the temperatures in all locations in the 50s. We got one more chilly night. We could see temperatures in some of the colder areas drop down into the upper 40s, but mainly 50s for tonight. But as that high pressure system moves to the east on Wednesday, we'll get a return flow. Warmer conditions will begin to move into the area. And as we get towards Wednesday, a lot of moisture is going to be coming up into this system, and they'll merge right over the Great Lakes. And again, I think by later Wednesday, this looks like it should be farther to the east. But again, as we get into Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night, looks like that'll be the prime time for the rainfall. And I think, again, many areas will see between a half inch and an inch with locally heavier amounts, and we'll know more tomorrow. If we look at the severe potential on day 3 for Wednesday, you can see the moderate, or the marginal risk rather, does sneak up into Lake Michigan and back to the southwest. But again, it doesn't. It looks as it's a similar situation to what we had here over the weekend, but not quite as potent. And I think that we could see the marginal risk of storms get moved into Michigan here over the next couple of days as we get closer to the event. As far as precipitation over the next 5 days, again, showing about a half inch to over an inch in some areas. And again, don't be surprised to see this even be potentially heavier. So Wednesday looks like a pretty soggy day right now. I think the safe bet is a half inch to an inch, but certainly we could get quite a bit more than that. As far as the extended outlook and the 6 to 10 day outlook, ridging tries to reestablish itself. Again, the Bermuda High takes hold, gives much of the area east of the Mississippi warmer than normal conditions, and also wetter conditions as we see from the Gulf and Texas all the way up into the Great Lakes. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a great Monday, a great work week, and 73s to all.